So Taurus, this is your reading for the month of Aquarius. The sun giving the light to the moon, which is waxing and in your sign. And this is the story that is giving the title to this reading. And it's really interesting. I mean, I'm looking at these cards so many times, and each time I see something else. And this time what is really clear to me is that Aquarius is completely naked. And you are here in this dress, and you have this exterior, right? You are almost like in this place of, I need to dress a certain way so that people can take me serious. And Aquarius is like, here I am naked, giving the water of life back to the water, back to the earth. And the position in itself becomes a star. Very interesting. And then, of course, here the triangle for Taurus as the spiritual evolution of the three, right, which is a new one. And the triangle is pointing up, that's saying, yes, I am wanting to get this information. I want, and the red, the action, the first chakra in itself. And then, of course, these two different schools that are looking at him. I mean, it's like, it's almost like, what's happening here, right? When these two come together. And so you are in the moon, which is the feminine, which is that looking deep within. And here's the sun that is now giving the moon the light. And it's almost like this nakedness, it's almost like making you feel like I am too dressed. I need to let go. I need to loosen up. This is kind of really interesting what comes here, right, when I look at it. So this is, of course, Aquarius, the new age, facing the left spinning cycle. And you are looking straight ahead, and this is the 11th house of friendship. This is the second house of value. You value things. This is an earth sign, an air sign, and so earth is feminine and air is masculine. Then this is ruled by Uranus, right? The revolutionary aspect of what is coming now through this new age of Aquarius. And here we see Venus ruling you and giving you, of course, the dress, this whole dress up, right? That's coming from Venus, this beautiful, I want to be beautiful, I want to show myself to the world in this very specific garment. And this is what the church has been giving us, the high priest. You're the high priest. The yoga position that I gave for Aquarius is here the side plank. Two of hands and feet are on earth and water, and two of them are up in the air. And so there is this transformation through the hexagram, through the number 6, through the self-love, and awakening in the hexagram as the 7th, because the 7th is the crown chakra, and the third eye, only through the third eye we can access the 7 and then become the 8 here, which then is the star above his head. And then for you, I created a movement, the two pillars that you're between, that have been transformed from the high priestess now to you into the gray pillar. There they were black and white, and now you have become a movement. And the arrow that's pointing up, the triangle that's pointing up, is red, and the yellow that's pointing down is that, well, the information is there, it's coming down, no matter if you're ready to reach for it or not. And so I love that it's like inhale up, exhale, I can again come down and bring it down. And inhale, it's this cycle, inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale. This movement here, standing on these transparent material square, right? That's the number 4, and you are the 5. Your court card is the King of Pentacles. If your birthday is between April 10th and May 9th, this is your court card. If not, please look in the description below. I have listed all the court cards. I have listed all the 13 major arcana that I'm using for the small reading. On your full moon, you get a big reading of all 22 major arcanas. And on each one is a different deck, and I pull one card. So today you get a right spinning reading, and I'm going to show you why I do that. Because the Earth spins 24 hours around its own axis every day, while it's spinning to the right around the sun in 365 days. And then we have here this circle, and that's the wobble the Earth does, and that wobble lasts 25,800 or 26,000, some of them say, years, divided through the 12 zodiac signs the same way we have divided it here through the 12 zodiac signs, 365 days, and we get a month. You get an age. And currently we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. So this message that you're getting directly through Aquarius, through the sun, into the waxing moon, is a message that kind of like depicts a little bit like what the future is bringing, because it's the new age. And the age of Pisces was the fish, the group, the collective. And now we're becoming more individual. We're becoming more smaller. Tribes are coming together and they're finding their particular way of doing things. And so there's so many more small individual religions and groups that are being formed. And the age of Pisces is leaving, and we can see that the age of Pisces was the dreamer, was the movies, and the movies, or the theater in general first, right? And the movies have started because the age of Aquarius has come in, and this overlapping between the age of Pisces, and only since 100 years we have movies, because we have the technology to create movies and photographs. And that's where we can see what is really happening through the overlapping of an age. To the last reading we have where you had Capricorn Sun giving the light to Taurus Moon. The message was, you are now ready to be the spiritual leader you were meant to be. Look at that. You came up here clearly as the Hierophant, a little more modern version, because I mean this is quite outdated. Nevertheless, Rider-Waite, I use so many different decks. I create here a little bit of an eclectic energy because I want to see how they interact. Different schools, different time frames are speaking here to you through my reading. And so let's begin here on the position of the Fool, which is a state of consciousness. And here comes the Visconti Sforza Tarot, one of the oldest tarot decks that are still intact. And the Six of Cups is speaking here. And this is a soul energy, right? This is the left spinning path, is this feeling that comes from deep within and wants to be lived into the outside. Nevertheless, today this is a right spinning path. That means the human has to experience things here, and the soul gets influenced by that as well. So it's like inhale and exhale. One needs the other. And here speaks the Six of Cups to you in such a way that I feel this is a memory of a past life, because the Six of Cups is Sun in Scorpio, and Scorpio is opposite of you. And that's when you get your full moon. And I think that's where you're gonna get an aha moment, a big emotional release maybe, that you recognize, because the soul is almost like giving you already the chance for that. Nevertheless, you have to wait a little bit, right? But it's what I said, like, this is the only time where I feel like the future is speaking to me, because it's this new age coming. Otherwise, I don't see that these cards speak about future. It's now. Everything is now. This moment is going to inspire you to see something. And of course, right now, Aquarius is pushing you to see through the Six of Cups a memory, a childhood memory maybe, that is influencing you. So let's have a look how it continues. On the position of the Magician, also a state of consciousness that is reacting to the Fool as that inspiration, as that what I'm going to do with this thought. And the Magician, of course, is the one that has all the tools. And so here comes the Owl. And the Owl is looking into the darkness. The Owl is able to see in the dark, in the earth, in the fertile earth that you represent, because you're Taurus. You are the most grounded, the fixed zodiac sign. And here comes the Owl, and the Owl is a bird. There is a lightness that's wanting to come to you, and the number 39, which is then the 3, the Empress, and the 9, the Hermit. And so you have already here quite an interesting combination. You have the 6, you have the 3, and you have the 9. And calculating this together, it becomes a 12 and then again a 3. Though the Owl is an air sign. And so Aquarius is very much like bringing something to you that was deeply seated, deeply rooted in you, something that you emotionally want to let go now. You want to liberate yourself from that. And so Alberto Villoldo, right, I use him on the deck, on the position of the Magician, because, I mean, it's the mystical shaman oracle, and the Magician is a shaman. And so I'm bringing a little bit more of a modern side to it. And the invitation of this card is like that you are now looking around and notice every detail and find the hidden messages brought to you by Owl. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. So something here is clearly guiding you to recognize this emotional stability in the dualities, because we have body, mind, and soul 2 times. And so you have arrived, and nevertheless, it's kind of like your opposite sign, which is your shadow side, is speaking to you, and the Owl is helping you to see clearly what this is meaning to you. I cannot tell you what this means to you, but you will know when you now look at this, right? Because then on the position of the High Priestess comes the Empress. A 3/3 portal is then presented to you, because the High Priestess is about the intuition, and you are now becoming actually a master in the intuition. Not just a master, but like you becoming an empress in the intuition, as the combination of, here's the High Priestess and the Empress. And I mean, this is like the most 2 powerful women in the whole deck. And like I said, here's the black and white pillar where it is with your card gray. And she has to decide to be in the center, which is the 3 or the new 1. And so the 3 is clearly speaking to you. Yes, you are powerful. I bring the power to you. As the Empress, you holding this owl, and the owl is leading you through the darkness, through the fertility, through that deep subconscious. Let that liberate itself. Clear the things that are still holding you sometimes emotionally back. Clear that, and you get the help. You really get the help. Because then on the position of the Empress comes La Papesse. These are French cards. And I mean, it's like very, very powerful to see. On the position of the High Priestess comes the Empress, and on the position of the Empress comes the High Priestess. I mean, I've never seen this. This is the first time I see this, and that's why I love doing the readings like this, because it gives me a very, very clear indication that you are clearly understanding what is happening here in your mind. You're becoming the High Priestess and the Empress, and as the High Priestess, you have to incorporate the Empress, and as the Empress, you have to incorporate the High Priestess. I mean, it's like almost saying, yes, you becoming really powerful. You becoming really powerful. You getting the help through Aquarius to not rely anymore on some structures like this, but to liberate yourself, to free yourself, to be more naked. And you see here the Sphinx, the dark one, and the light one we don't see here. And you're becoming very intuitive, you're becoming very strong in your spiritual path, because now comes you as the Court card that is now looking slightly over to the right spinning path, and here comes the coin, here comes the material world, and you are learning now to incorporate these intuitions and these fertile ideas, and you're like, okay, I am not this Hierophant anymore. I'm a mixture of High Priestess, Empress, etc., etc., right? And so here you are rich, because you are you cannot recognize where is the where's nature and where's your coat. It's almost like, again, you are very much dressed, and it's like Aquarius is like that nakedness is pushing on you to maybe let go a little bit, but now you at least become part of nature. All right, then comes on your position. On the position of the Hierophant comes Leo, the Strength card, and it's really powerful how he's literally looking at how you are learning to incorporate now this wildness, and the wildness that comes by looking at these deep rooted things like a sexuality, because Scorpio is about sexuality, and the Sun in Scorpio, it's almost like you are learning to incorporate a self-love, including this wildness that you maybe have hidden, a sexual longing that's still there, that you want to liberate yourself, you want to free yourself, you want to open yourself, and you want to unite that into a one. because that's what these cards all talk about, bring the dualities that manifest in different ways. And here it's like this purity, this beautiful, lovely woman that is taming this wild beast in her, which is the sexual energy. And again, the symbol of the 8, and that's where the owl comes in and helping you, because the owl is on the position of the magician. And the magician also has the infinite 8 above his head. And of course, here the 3 to the Empress, this finally arrive, finally find, who are you really? You're not this anymore, right? You are becoming a movement. You're becoming shifted, right? Because we saw it in the last reading. You're now ready to be the spiritual leader you were meant to be. And now you see how you incorporate that, because now on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes this beautiful card. Then you open your heart, because Leo is all about the body part of Leo is the heart, the lion heart, the brave heart. And the quiz of life, which is here Jupiter spinning and spinning and giving you the understanding, okay, all the fixed signs are in the corners of the Wheel of Fortune. We have Leo, we have Taurus, we have Aquarius, and we have Scorpio. And Leo, which has come on your position, is letting you know, find your heart, and you did. Because this is why the Wheel of Fortune is giving you this message. Touch your heart now. When you create this unity here, when you come where the crossing is of inhale and exhale, there is where you now find your heart. And this is the quiz of life. Everything is love. Everything is coming from the heart. And this is why you're touching it. And it's almost like you're looking at that. And so here, he's looking at her, how he's uniting it. And then she is looking at him. And then a new love story can hopefully be lived, because this is the transformation, the number 26. So there's an 8-8 portal. And there's a 2, which is here through the intuition that you are giving birth to. You are more and more showing to the people, yeah, I feel intuitive that this is now important. And then the 6 in it, which is here the 6, that is giving you, through the Sun in Scorpio, the understanding of previous lives, that you learning more and more to integrate that into your life now. Okay. Then on the position, look at that, of the Hanged Man, which is a 3, comes here this beautiful rose colored sapphire, the number 45, which is a 9. And you have a 9 here in the owl. And of course, the change or the shift that the Hanged Man is bringing to you, the enlightenment that we initiate ourselves, that we are literally saying, I am now putting myself in a reverse position to recognize what it's all about. That which is below is now up, and that which is up is below. And this reverse is kind of speaking to you through this rose colored sapphire, and the number 45, which is the 4, right, which is the Aries, which is the responsibility to take responsibility of yourself, which is the 5. And the 5 is always the question of self, the value of self. Take responsibility of touching your heart, of knowing that intuitive, you know your self-love through the heart, and now you take responsibility further in knowing why you are needing to love yourself to even continue this path. it is a spiritual path, and my reading is not about, oh, you're going to find this person, you're going to be all happy and all money and whatever comes to you. No, my reading is about learning to really come into your self-independence, into your self-value. And look at how beautiful these two cards fit together. The 8 following then the 9. And the rose-colored sapphire is saying forgiveness and choose healing, accepting and letting go, and touching the heart, or being gentle to the heart. I mean, how beautiful is this? And this is the change. The change that you are seeing, because everything is spinning, everything is turning, and now last time you had Capricorn Sun giving you the light, and now you have Aquarius Sun giving you the light, and now you're going deeper and deeper, and each time there's a different influence through the Sun, and this time it's even the age. And the age is saying only love and forgiveness and acceptance and understanding is gonna bring you forward in this world. And she's facing the left spinning cycle, right? So again, remember left and right spinning cycles, because then here on the position of the Tower comes the Deer, the ultimate mother, the ultimate ego is falling apart, the crown that we put on our head, the crown that we think, yes, I am spiritually advanced and I'm spiritually superior than you because I am the Hierophant, I am the High Priest. And here comes the Mother, because the Mother has come here. And also she is a mother in a way, but she's a spiritual mother. But she came on the position of the Empress. And I mean, so the Deer is speaking to you like, now bring only love to the people. Let go of thinking that you're superior. Let go of thinking that you have understood it all. The Tower, which is the number 7, the crown chakra, is falling. You need to let go of that, and you need to bring now this love to the people. Because then speaks Aquarius on the position of the Star now directly to you here, the 3 of Pages. And these are all air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. They are now understanding the age of Aquarius very clearly. And you have here the 3 in the owl. So they see, they understand the magic, and they come into their identity through the 9. And this is what's speaking to you through Aquarius, that you gotta become more connected to this more etherical realm. You are, of course, here very grounded. You bring the information down. That's why I gave you exhale coming down, inhale coming up, right? I gave you a cycle. It's not only one way, it's both ways. And here comes Aquarius, and the young generation of Aquarius is going to help you to now see this message very clearly. And now the last 4, which is beginning with the Moon, and the Moon is in your sign, my dear Taurus, comes here the number 36. And the 36 becomes a 9. The 3, again, that you recognize the Empress in you that knows intuitive what she has to do as that beautiful dear mother of all mothers. And the 6, which was also here, the 6 of Cups, the remembrance, right? Because this one is lost in space and needing a little direction, but the direction is here already. It's your heart, it's the love, it's that self-value, it's that recognizing yourself It's this 6 and it's this 6 that's in here in the 26. So very clearly you are asked, and this is becoming a 9, and there is a 9. And there is a 9 here as well. And so you want to come out of the deep subconscious, you want to grow, you want to evolve, you want to shift, because you are strong enough to know that. On your position came the strength, came accepting the wild side, and then so you're not lost anymore, but you find yourself, you know that everything is just the way it's supposed to be. And she's holding the earth, and so it's almost like this is dissolving, the seeds of love are flowing, and you're inspired through Aquarius. And so you recognizing now that, yeah, you were lost, but now somehow you finding yourself because you're getting direction. You're getting clear directions that the moon is helping you to look deeper into your subconscious and not be lost anymore. Because then on the position of the sun, which is in Aquarius, is speaking the biome to you, the connection to all, that the world is connected, and now we see it from the star perspective. We're looking down and we can see from the internet, we can see the beautiful world, and that a lot of people are lost, but there is a generation that is understanding what's wanting to come, and you are connecting with them. You're connecting to those people because somehow you understand that this is really important, that you see in the darkness, you see the healing, you see the love, right? All the time is there this understanding that love and openness, and like it was the owl said about the many facets of the diamond, right? So now you just have a sapphire. And a 4-4 portal speaking to you. You have an 8-8 portal and you have a 9-9 portal. And the 2 for me is always like through the chakras, the creativity, the sexuality. And the 9 is the completion, and the 8 is always the infinite understanding of everything is interconnected. And a 4-4, 2 times 4 is the heart. Again, like I said, the heart here, very important that you touch the heart and that you are now understanding the path and the shift. And so here on the position of the sun comes this generation that is also touching the heart. And that's the only way that we can bring this world into a new healing phase. It's healing. You can see how here it's dark and here it's more connected to not destruction, but here, right, we're going into the right, we're letting this behind us. We don't want this anymore. We want a world that is functioning, and this is where the world is lost, and you got to look at that through the deep subconscious, the number 9, because then the wake-up call is then you can enjoy yourself again, because you value this world very clearly, and you can see how here the water is pouring out of this cup. But this is like the wake-up call that's saying, yes, wake up to passion. Oh my God. It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. The number 63, which is the opposite number of this 36, right? Then you're not lost anymore. Then you have found yourself. And it's again a 9. So you have here a 9. You have a 9. You have a 9. And you have a 9. 4 times the 9 here in this reading. Learning to accept that this nakedness is like, let go and open yourself. Don't be so critical, right? And allow the feminine come out of you. Allow to open yourself, not be lost anymore, and don't focus on this. Focus on what you want to change in this world, because that's how we can change something. When we focus on what's negative, more negative comes. When we focus on what we want to create positive, more positive comes. And this is what this card is saying, right? It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. And then the last card is the 4 of Cups. Then you have 10 Cups, which leads back to the Wheel of Fortune, touching your heart, the infinite transformation that we every day have to go through. Then you're sitting in the cup and you have the 444 portal, 3 times 4, power in the heart, power in the transformation, power in this 4 that's in here as well. Then you communicate even about it, 5 times the 4. And you recognize, wow, how powerful this message really is, because now you have 10 cups, and 10 cups is that I am really moving into a new cycle, into the 1 and the 0, and the owl has helped me to get there. And the 0, right, the 6, the sun in Scorpio have helped me to recognize that when I incorporate finally my passion, my sexuality, and not like the church is like, oh, sex is dirty, sex is bad. No, you gotta open yourself up now, and Aquarius is helping you to do that. And then you are here sitting in this cup and looking at these 3 cups and seeing the Empress, right? And seeing on the position of him, also a little bit like, okay, she's also like quite closed, right? The High Priestess, or the Papesse, la Papesse. And so there is a liberation that is wanting to come to you, a sexual liberation, the transformation also in the heart. You are really working on yourself to find, even then here, the touching of the heart, that you, through the young generation, you can not be lost anymore, but now you see that these numbers are speaking very clearly to us, right? A number is a very clear message. It's not just like I can make this up, right? So then you have this connection between the world, because this is the position of the world. The world sees that you are working on yourself. The world sees that you're wanting to open up your heart, and that you are wanting to be in the cup that has been given to you as the number 4, as that responsibility. You take responsibility for what has happened in your past, in your childhood maybe, and now you have become the 10, and you are the 1 sitting in the 1 cup and begin fresh. Wow. What a beautiful reading. Remember the passion, right? This is like, for me, this is like Aquarius. Aquarius is like, yes, be naked, dance, liberate yourself, right? So I hope I see you in the next one, because then spins the earth in such a way that we see behind the sun the constellation Pisces. So Pisces is going to speak to us again as the old age. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.